Before you go and try to blame me, just give me time to let you know what's been on my mind. How can I say this without you thinking that I'm needy?
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Nicholas Bayliss here, and I am back with another YouTube video. So this video, I'm gonna be spilling tea, exposing myself. There's a lot of stuff that I have kept hidden for many of years, and I have been depressed over it since Thursday, and today is Friday. And I'm going to cry throughout this video, so y'all just bear with me. Because this is very hard to talk about. So in the video, the girl Z and Elijah, they was talking about their past of being raped. And what Z was saying when she was like, I feel like I'm damaged goods, I feel the exact same way. I have watched this video plenty of times, and every time that I watch the video, I feel the same way that V feels. Elijah, she's confident, she's over it. She's like, it happened to me, I'm not gonna let that affect me, I'm gonna move past from it, I'm gonna grow from it. You feel me? But Z, it's still affecting her. Now, let me be honest with you guys. When I was little, can't remember what age, but I was molested by a family member. And it still affects me to this day. He used to touch my thighs a lot. He used to touch my thighs a lot. And even now, to this day, I am still affected whenever anyone, and I have a lot of people that can agree with me, that when I'm touched in that place, I'm a snap. Like, I'm gonna be like, yo, don't touch me right there. Or I might turn up and be like, why you touching me right there? Like, I can't turn up right now because I'm super emotional. I've been crying a lot. But I can't get touched right there. And it's very annoying. It's very irritating. And, okay. So I was touched right there. Now, I was also raped by him as well, but I'm not going to go into details with that, just for personal reasons, and because it's been so long that when I always have tried to forget about it. I've always tried to forget about it. So when I go to talk to therapists and counselors, you feel me, I can't give them details like I want to give them, because I pushed it to the far back of my mind. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened if I try to go in my mind searching for that information. But so I told a family member. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I waited years. That happened when I was little. I waited until I was probably between the ages of maybe 11 to like 13 to tell family. Now, throughout this time, he would always come over. He would be at the house. You feel me? I would see him still. So I decided, so it was this one summer, and 2015, he came over. And wait, before I say that, right, this happened first. It was one summer in 2015. He came over. I was doing the summer thing with Upper Bound, my high school. I was here at the house, and everybody was over. I believe it was a Sunday. Yeah, everybody was over. We had just left from church. We was over here kicking it, you feel me? Out of nowhere, like, he came through the door, and I'm like, what? So I'm sitting down, minding my business, you feel me? I'm sitting. He go past me, right? He go speak to a family member. When he went past me, he was like, hey, Nicholas. So I was like, hey. So he came back. He was like, hey, Nicholas. I was like, hey. He went out the door. He came back in, walked past me. He was like, hey, Nicholas. I was like, hey. In my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe you just miss me a lot because you keep saying hey to me, which is kind of weird. He came back past me. He was like, hey again. He kept doing it and kept doing it. So eventually he sat on the couch, right? He was talking to me. He was like, oh, like, how your life been and all that other stuff. Like, and I'm talking to him like, okay, life been great. Life been good. Life been wonderful. You feel me? And he was just talking to me about something else. And as he's talking to me, like, he just started, like, touching me. He just started rubbing on my thighs, which he has always, it's a habit for him to do. I don't know. I don't know why. But it's a habit for him to it's a habit for him to constantly touch my thighs. So the thing was that he was doing this while another family member was on the other side of the couch. And she was paying attention this whole time. So I went back there to the family member that he kept speaking to. And the family member told me, they was like, oh, he's a known pedophile. And if he try to touch you, you better beat him up. So she gave me all of this information after he had already touched me. So I was trying my best to let it go. You feel me? I'm glad I was able to go to Upper Bound that day and we did the overnight thing. And that was like a breath of fresh air. I was kind of standoffish a little bit because of that situation. But then, I don't know, I was around friends and stuff. So I was able to, you feel me, snap out of it. So it was one time during the summer of like 2016, 2017, that me and the same family member, we kind of was going at it. So I've always been a good kid. You feel me? Never disrespected the woman that raised me. Never did none of that. You feel me? So when I started doing it, you feel me, it shocked people because they was like, oh, Nicholas has always been the good one out of the other two. So it kind of shocked everybody. And some people was like, okay, like something got to be going on because this is not Nicholas. He doesn't really normally do this. But like, I was throwing it under the bus. Yeah, people was asking me, like, what's going on? Like, what, did something happen? And I just was like, no, because I was always afraid to speak up. And this is why I was afraid to speak up. So me and her was arguing one day. And I was like, this is me and my adopted mom. I'm not, let me say this, because I don't know if any of her family is going to watch my YouTube videos. I'm not trying to bash her in any way, shape, or form. This is just, I have to speak on this so my healing process can begin for myself. I can't keep all of this stuff bottled up inside. It's not good for me. I have to speak on it. So if you're going to be mad at me, be mad at me, whatever the case may be. I told her, I was like, you haven't even been a good mom. And she was like, why I haven't even been a good mom? I was like, because you let something happen to me and you ain't do nothing. And she was like, let what happened to you? So I was like, at first I was trying not to say it. So then I was like, I don't care about saying his name. I was like, you let Brandon rape me. Brandon touch me. She was like, what? You're lying. And this is supposed to be her grandson. She was like, what? You're lying. Stop lying. Woo. And I was like, what do I have to lie for? He touched me. She was like, no, you're not. You're lying. I was like, and he even touched me again in front of da-da-da-da-da. I'm not going to say her name. I was like, he even touched me again in front of da-da-da-da-da. He was like, you're lying. I was like, I don't have no reason to lie. We can call her right now. So she was like, oh, you're lying. I was like, do you want me to call her? And then she was like, yeah. So we called her. So I was like, when y'all was over here that day, didn't Brandon touch me? Wasn't Brandon touching on me? And she was like, yes. And I'm like, see, I told you, I don't have no reason to lie. And then she was like, so we got off the phone with them. She was like, oh, well, you still lying. And then she was like, okay, if you telling the truth, then go tell his dad. So I went and I told his dad, and his dad just looked at me like I was a ghost or something. Like, y'all, the real reason that I've been depressed is I'm making this video because this video can probably help somebody else. Y'all probably like, why you putting your business out there? Why you talking about something so personal? Because it's a lot of people that's like me, that's getting touched by family members or getting touched by people that they really care about. You feel me? And getting raped and all it and other stuff. And they're not able to speak up like me. Like, this stuff really messes you up. Keeping this stuff in, keeping this stuff bottled up inside, it really messes you up. It messes with your mind. Bruh, y'all, like, I'm so mad about the fact that this stuff keeps happening. That was the first time. The second time I was raped was in 2017. Was it 2017? Yeah, because I was... Or was it 8? No, it was 2018 because I was already 18. Right, I was already 18. So what happened was... Okay, let me explain to y'all what rape is. Rape is when you don't have the consent to do sexual activities with another person. I was talking to this guy online. Yes, I was horny. Yes. When we was talking online, I gave him the consent. He was getting a consent from me, right? I finally got to his house, right? You feel me? I'm giving him oral. And then he starts penetrating me, correct? So while he's penetrating me, I get flashes go through my mind of the very first time that I was raped and molested. So instantly, you feel me, I'm not feeling it no more. And a dude that I'm having sex with, he can tell because he's like, what's wrong? And he was like, you want me to stop? And I was like, I couldn't speak because I was crying. So I shook my head, yes. But he kept going. And he was trying to, like... kept going. And at that time, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was in his area. I was around him. I didn't know anything about that area. Nothing. I didn't know where to go. My phone was somewhere else. I was scared. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Eventually, he did stop, like a few hours later, but that's still not right. You should have stopped immediately when I said stop. Y'all, I was so scared that I literally waited until he went to sleep. Because we stopped, you feel me? Then he just wanted me to give him oral and stuff. He went to sleep, and I kid y'all not, I just got out of there. Like, I put on my clothes as fast as I could, and I got up out of there. And y'all, I remember the day too. It was like, it doesn't even matter. But, yeah, I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. No, I take that back. It was 2017. No, right. It was 2018. Yeah. And then, just a few months ago, today is May 1st, by the way. Just a few months ago in November, and I feel like I'm always like in situations where dudes just want to use me for sex. Like, that's the reason why, like, I'm sorry to say this, but that's the reason why, I'm just being honest. That's the reason why I'm having suicidal thoughts now. Like, oh, Nicholas, probably it's best if you just go ahead and take your life. Because it's not going to get better. It's going to keep happening. It's been happening for a minute. I've been thought that, like, this stuff was going to get better and all of this other stuff, but it hasn't. Y'all really don't know what it's like to tell somebody that you don't want to do it anymore, that you're not feeling it, and they just keep going, and they're still going. And then the fact is that he was trying to baby me, like, he was trying to rub my face and stuff while he's still, like, going at it. Like, that's not cool. It's not right. And then it was a third time. It was about to happen, but it didn't actually happen with this dude that I went to elementary school with. He came over. Yes, I did tell him that I wanted to, like, do it, but y'all, his penis stank. So I was not finna do it with him. I didn't tell him that because I was trying to be nice. But plus, I just didn't feel it, because I knew that if we did do it, that those events would still come back to my mind. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. And then he threw me on the bed, and, like, honestly, like, when it comes to sex, I'm very weak. I'm very weak. Y'all probably thinking, like, okay, why you ain't just hit him and all this other stuff. Like, when it comes to sex, like, I'm very, 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 very vulnerable. Like, that's my weakest point. That's why I try not to let these dudes get to me. But if you are like me, because I'm going to end this video, but if you are like me, and and somebody has or is taking advantage of you, please don't be scared. Don't be a punk like me. Don't be scared to tell somebody. Tell somebody so they can help you. And if they don't listen, keep telling somebody else. If you have to go to the police, do that. You feel me? If you are in a situation like this and you feel like you don't have family support or none of that, DM me. DM me. I'm dead ass serious. DM me. Because I don't want nobody to go through what I have went through and what I'm going through now. Because this shit is eating me up alive. Like, it's really eating me up alive. And I don't want to be thinking suicidal thoughts. I don't want to be going through what I'm going through. I don't want to be sitting in my room crying till I'm physically weak in my body to where I cannot get out of my bed. Reach out, get help, call people, tell somebody. Like, people really don't talk about this. And, like, I was watching American Crime Season 2, and it was kind of like a similar incident. And it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. People have this... They think that, oh, boys can get raped. Boys can get raped. So people try to belittle the situation. No. Because they feel that guys are masculine, so they're strong enough to fight off. No, we're not. Especially if you're vulnerable. When you're giving yourself to somebody, you're vulnerable. You're not thinking about fighting somebody in that moment. I don't know. I'm not the same as many people. Many people may be able to still do it, but everybody is different. But I'm just saying, if you are going through something like this, please open up. Please tell somebody. And I hope that this video inspires somebody. I hope that it uplifts somebody's soul, you feel me? To let you know that you're not alone. Like, I had to realize that too. Although I feel alone right now, I do have friends. I have people hitting me up, checking on me just to make sure I'm good. You feel me? But I still feel alone in this because they wasn't in the room with me when it happened. They're not rape victims. You feel me? They don't understand what it feels like. You feel me? Just know that you're not alone. And if you really need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to reach out to, you feel me? You got me. And y'all just pray for me that I get through this and that I don't do anything stupid, because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm really scared. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm really scared. Y'all just pray for me. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and do all of that. Y'all keep me in your prayers.
You be loved, so all we gotta do is start. I don't know how we ever let you walk away when you're dealing with somebody like you, babe.